Hello.
Hello, Jacko.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I couldn't see your picture.
Yeah, one moment. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
You see me now?
Oh, yeah, cool. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, much better. Sorry, it was got motorbike accident last time, so and got surgery around here, but much better now.
Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
All right, thank you for your time. Finally, we can set up some Skype. Honestly, my kids really interested to Skype call with you. With it, look at a few video when you play for Arsenal and Kansas City, and they say, "Wow!" I'm still looking forward to see a real one.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Ryan. I just follow a few questions from my students because they really want to know about how sport, especially soccer in the UK or in the Europe, because most of our students came from Asia. We just have a couple students from USA and Europe. So if you don't mind, I will record this conversation and move forward to them later.
No problem. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, Ryan. So we just starting the first question from my students. That what make you interested in football? Sorry, do you hear me?
It's a good question. I guess, I can hear you. For me, what got my interest in football initially was, when I was watching the 1994 World Cup in the USA when I was young, and I'd never experienced a World Cup, or at least one that I remember so vividly, and that was what really captured my imagination and made me feel like I wanted to play football.
Wow, that sounds very interesting. Because they're not born yet in 1994, so
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And then, what's your most memorable moment from your first professional team or professional career?
Wow. First memorable moment. I would say the one that stands out for me the most, there's two, is making my debut for the England youth team.
Wow.
That meant a lot to me because my first game was against Wales in 2001 for the England under-16 team, and my whole Arsenal youth team came to watch me play, and as well as my family and friends. So that was pretty special. But also making my debut for Arsenal as well. Again, that was at the age of 16. That's a pretty special thing to happen to someone that's born literally 5 minutes from the stadium where Highbury was. And I also scored in the penalty shootout in that game as well. And it's funny because the other week I was with Cesc Fabregas, and we were talking about that, and how intense that game was. For that to be our first match as professional players, it was pretty special. So those two things stick out for me the most.
Yeah. Wow, that was really good. I saw your picture also when you have with Fabregas before, and most of them, it was real Fabregas, yes. Because Fabregas is really popular for little kids right now. Yeah. most of them have a dream like, oh, I want to be Fabregas or something like that.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Yeah, when we look at your biography, not me, I mean with my students also, we hear about injured. So is it okay if I ask you about this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So some of them asking about as a footballer, injuries is inevitable. I have read your injury during playing for Arsenal. Would you kindly share your condition at that with us?
So when I first got injured, you
Yeah.
need to explain. Okay. It's something that I don't really like remembering too much because it was something that kind of really affected my career going forward after that. But I remember I was playing in a reserve team match against Ipswich Town. It was February. I remember the date actually. It was February the 14th, 2004, and I just broke into the Arsenal first team. I was doing well, and literally I just made a dribble, and a player came out of nowhere and just really clattered into my leg. I felt something pop inside my knee, and I was in the most pain I've ever experienced in my life. And from that point onwards, I couldn't, after leaving Arsenal and signing for other clubs, I couldn't secure long-term contracts because I was failing the medicals. So it was a really serious injury. And yeah, I guess of course it affected the rest of my career. But it was so painful and excruciating, but it happens, and I'm doing good things now, as well as being lamenting that happened. I also am thankful because there's people that don't have the opportunity to continue working in football and doing things with football players, so I have to look at it both ways.
Wow. So, do you have any advice to us about how to avoid injury as less as possible, especially for younger kids? They need to know about this.
First thing I would say is if you embark on a career in professional football or in any professional sport, I guess, especially football because it's contact, I would say to make sure you get career-ending insurance, which is pretty important, of course. But in terms of avoiding injury, I guess that's just fate decides that. Fate decides that. You can't control that. I mean, there's certain situations in a game where you can, avoid a tackle or a jump or what have you, but it's all about being clever, not going into tackles or challenges where you can come out on the worst end and stuff like that. It depends. It's a hard thing to sort of talk about, but I'm sure if someone consents that they can avoid an injury, then they will.
Yeah, it was really useful information.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite coach to support your career?
Favorite coach? That's a good question. Favorite coach? Of course, Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
Is up there, the first one. And after him, I would say the coach I had in Kansas.
Okay.
For sure.
What's his name?
Yeah. Peter Vermes.
Okay.
He's still the coach there, actually.
Okay.
But he gave me the freedom to play and to express myself how I wanted to, which not many coaches do. So definitely him and Arsene Wenger.
Did you remember the best memorable that the coach given to you?
The best
memorable with the coach?
Yeah, I'm like the best memory.
Yep.
Yeah, funny enough, Arsene Wenger on our first game during the pre-match conversation that we had as a team, he said, "Go out and play as if you're with your friends in the park." And for me, that was, it relieved a lot of pressure because I thought I had to go out and be a robot and make sure I did everything that he would expect from a player. But he also gave us the freedom to go out and express ourselves and play how we normally play. So
yeah, wow, that's very good. So yeah, you look at your career, and after success for your career as a player, and now currently you're working for Arsenal, isn't it? And
I work as I did a few different things, but I work as an intermediary, and I do some stuff with social media for players as well.
Yeah. Especially for your career, what do you think? So, what is the meaning success for you? Because this is really good information for our kids.
Success isn't monetary. It's about doing what you love and doing it well and being happy.
Okay. How about your education? Do you think education support your career as a professional footballer?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. In school, I always focused, but I went straight from high school to professional football. I didn't have a chance to have, to go and do any degrees or anything like that. My education literally came from football, and also educating myself with things that I was interested in. For example, working in social media with different brands and what have you, and also contractual education with regards to negotiating my own deals that I did in America and stuff like that, which will help with what I'm doing in a minute. But for sure, like for me, if I have a son one day and he goes on to be good at football or embark on a professional career in football, I would definitely press on education, because it's vitally important. Because your career, if you have a good career and you're lucky enough to have a good career, it will be over by the time you're 35. So education is massively important.
Wow. Okay, Ryan, and last one. In the end of the Skype today, would you like tell us what's your hope for the young footballer around the world?
My hope would be that they don't get injured, for one, and that they are happy. They're just happy doing what they do. Not looking at playing the game for the monetary benefits. Just to love the game and to be happy with it.
Be happy. That's a good point. Okay, one more. This will be hard. Who's influenced you the most in your football career?
Well, that's an easy one.
Oh, the easy one. Sorry.
My favorite player is Ronaldo from Brazil. Not the Portuguese one. I mean, he's fantastic, but it's the kids in your class probably don't know him so well.
They know much, yeah.
Yeah.
They know Cristiano Ronaldo from Portuguese, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But although how great he is, the Brazilian, if you look on YouTube, you look at Ibrahimovic and Zidane and Mourinho and people like that, they all say Ronaldo, the Brazilian, was the best. Yeah. And it was no different for me. I thought he was the best. He had something different. Maybe it'd be good for you guys to have a watch as a class, a few of his videos. And they might understand why. But yeah, he was definitely my number one influence.
Do you know about Pelé from Brazil?
Yeah.
What do you think about Pelé and Ronaldo? Because one of my kids taking issue about Pelé biography.
Okay.
So yeah.
Between Pelé and Brazilian Ronaldo?
Yep.
I think it's difficult to sort of compare the two because they were two different eras. But you know, Pele won 3 World Cups. I mean, his first at 17. I don't want to get into racial sort of issues here, but he was also a black kid. And it was very difficult at the time to sort of be accepted, I guess, back then as well, being that colour as well. So, you know, the mental strength and the ability that he had was unrivaled. For me, he's the best ever. For me, Pele. But in terms of my influence, it was Ronaldo.
Okay. All right. That's all. Thank you for Skype today. It was really useful for us because the kids will have an exhibition in 2 weeks, which many visitors will visit the station. And if you don't mind, we would like share this video to the kids, and also if any parents would like to look at our conversation right now. So
yeah, no problem. If ever you want me to come over to Indonesia, let me know.
I will ask him to the principal here, and we'll contact you later if would like invite you to coming here.
No problem. Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for Skype today. I wish we can see you again next time. See you. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Thank you. Bye bye.